Time right now is 9:40 here on Live Impact News. We know that hurricane season is here and disaster response teams are also preparing for whatever this season may bring. Jonathan Connors is the Director of Communications at Team Rubicon, also a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. We thank him for his service. He joins us live here now from the group's National Operations Center in Dallas. Good morning to you, Jonathan.
How you doing?
Doing well. There's an exercise that you guys run every year. Talk to us about it, and why do you do this every year?
Yeah, thank you so much for your time today. First, for your viewers who don't know us, Team Rubicon is a nonprofit, veteran-led humanitarian organization, and we focus on disasters. We respond all over the country, all over the globe, to get aid to communities who need it the most. And as you know, Atlantic hurricane season just kicked off last week, June 1st. And so what we like to do every year is test our systems and test our processes to ensure that we can attack the next round of storms as efficiently as possible and get help to communities in need as quickly as possible.
So you're running power outages, breakdowns in communications. What does that look like, and what can we take away from what you guys do?
Yeah, great question. What we like to do is learn from storms in the past. North Carolina, as you know, got hammered by Hurricane Helene, and that was not a normal storm. Most hurricanes travel across Florida, go back out to sea. This one decided to go inland and then park over Asheville, dumping almost 3 feet of rain in a very short amount of time. And that was something that wasn't predicted, and it's hard to plan for that. So what we like to do with our teams here is we bring everyone in who deals with logistics and communications, technology, planning, and all those things. We run them through simulations of, hey, this is what the hurricane is going to look like. And then when they're working through the systems, we throw them curveballs. We say, hey, this one's going to turn left and end up over the Mississippi, or something that's unpredicted. And then that way we can get our teams to really test their limits and find ways to solve those problems, the complex problems of how do you respond after a disaster when there are no communications means, or the roads are washed out, or we can't get in touch with local municipalities. We throw all those things at them so that we can ensure that the next time there is a big one, our teams are ready to serve.
Yeah, certainly exposing gaps that we might not be able to catch otherwise. Or like you said, with Helene, it was definitely a curveball that no one really saw coming. Speaking of Helene specifically, you guys had more than 300 volunteers on the ground after Hurricane Helene, and that really meant a lot to the folks here in the Carolinas, Western North Carolina. What did that response teach you about what's being written into this year's training?
Yeah, it was a different response for Team Rubicon. Generally, we do one operating area and we throw as many volunteers as possible into that area. But because Helene stretched so far from the Panhandle all the way up to Tennessee, we created smaller operating bases, 10 of them, which was the most we had ever attempted, to be able to more quickly respond locally to the communities that needed it, including Asheville up there in North Carolina. And so this year's storm, we're looking at any variation we can give to the planning teams to figure out how is it you're going to get your supplies to a new place? How are you going to get vehicles somewhere? What partner organizations can we work with to get housing for our volunteers or food, and really test the limits of our relationships and our communication skills.
All right, so we are now in the beginning of hurricane season. What is 1 or 2 or 5 things that we are not doing right now that we absolutely should be, Jonathan?
Yeah, the simplest thing is just to be prepared and have a plan. Have a plan for yourself, have a plan for your family, have a plan for your pets, and listen to weather. And if they say get out of town, that's your moment to get out of town while it's still safe. So just make sure you have a plan, make sure you have medication you might need, and food and water, and you should be good to go.
All right, very good. I mean, preparation is really the whole thing. Most of the riding out the storm is already done. Team Rubicon relying heavily on veterans, volunteers. How can the community get involved, military or not?
Yeah, if you go to our website, teamrubiconusa.org, You can go there to sign up to be a volunteer. There are no skills required. You just got to have a heart that's built to serve. You can also go to the website and donate funds because we're a nonprofit, so every dollar goes to helping communities. And you can also learn a lot on the website. We have a lot of news articles about how to be prepared for a hurricane, how to be prepared for a tornado, what apps to use if you want to follow weather, and really lots of great resources for people.
All right, Jonathan Connors, and we do have a lot of Carolinians with big hearts out here, so we thank you so much.
That's right.
For the time and helping us get prepared for hurricane season. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. And we'll be right back.